The lesson is minerals and energy resources. And in this we have seen the minerals, different type of minerals we have seen. And in that we have seen the types of extraction. How do we extract it? Where do we find it? And even we have seen that why there is an uneven distribution. Now in this we have seen that there are minerals, we can find the minerals, but there is an uneven distribution. Now why there is uneven distribution? Now why there is uneven distribution? Now you will see that why there is uneven distribution, because this distribution depends upon what? Yes, anybody? Depends upon, if you can
Temperature, climate,
Temperature, climate,
very good, it depends,
rainfall,
very good, it depends upon
parent
the
rock.
fertility of
very good.
land.
Okay, very good. It depends upon the parent rock, it depends upon the temperature and all such things. That means the climatic condition. In all, if you talk about, we can say it depends upon the climatic condition. Okay, when you have to answer, that time only you'll unmute yourself, and otherwise you just there must be no noise of disturbance. Okay, is it clear? Okay. Now here we have seen that the parent rock is temperature, is the climatic condition, the rainfall, all these are the formation of rocks. All these are the formation of rocks, and in this way we can see that there is an uneven distribution of the rocks. Then we will see that what it is. We have also seen that this minerals, how do we find this minerals? And now using this minerals, as we have seen that they are what? They are natural minerals. Then we use it. Now when we use it, we go on using it, These minerals are very important for our life. Our life is just impossible without these minerals. As we say that these minerals are just very important, or life is just impossible without these minerals, that means they also have an economic value. Now it has an economic value means what? They are being used as a raw material. They are being used as a raw material in the industries. They have been used as a raw materials in the industries. And if they are used in the raw material, then this is doing as the manufacturing. This is doing manufacturing. And for this manufacturing, we need labor. They have been used as a raw material, then manufacturing is done, and for this manufacturing, we require labor. And after the manufacturing is done, the labor is been done, then the final product will come out. And when this final product is coming out, then is being transported to different places. These are being transported to different places. And for these also, again, for these also we require labor. We say that for these also we require labor. That means they are having an economic value. Now, how economic value means? For this manufacturing we require labor, and this labor will get an payment. Here these people who will be transporting the material to different places, shopkeepers, they have been employed and they are also getting a payment. Now this will increase the economic condition of the people, and if this is there, this is increasing the economic condition of the people. And if the economic condition of the people is been increased, that means the per capita income will be increase of a country. Per capita income will be increase of a country. And we will say that, we always say that, what is the developed country? The country which is having more industries. The country which is having more industries, that is a developed country. The country which is having a more industry, that is been known as a developed country. Then we have seen conservation of minerals. Now what actually conservation of minerals are? Conservation of minerals. We have seen this actually. What is conservation of minerals? In simple way, if you talk, conservation means just to save it. Use it in a proper way. Now, why do we require to use it in a proper way? Why? What is the reason? Why it is it is developing? When we use these resources as a raw material or like that way, that is very good. We can we can improve, we can do the development. And when we are doing this development, then why it is said that these must be safe? Because as you all have learned that these are the natural, this is the natural process, and this process will take millions of years. Once suppose this is one mineral, you have been using, the time will come that it will get exhausted. It will be, the portion will be only so much. And then what will the next generation, get? Till that time, they will only have this much, or may have or may not have. Then what? Are we so selfish that we will only see our life to make it more comfortable, more easygoing? What about our future generation, next generation? We need to think about them also, and that's why we need to save or conserve the resources. We have seen from 8th standard you all are learning sustainable development, not only in geography but in science also you're learning this sustainable development. What does this mean? Sustainable development means what? Yes, who can say that? What does you all mean by sustainable development? Yes, Dhanashri? The name what
Minerals are
yes?
saved for future.
No, I am asking what does sustainable development means? Sustainable, yes, it is that conservation of minerals means save it for the future.
For future generation, yes.
Yeah, future generation. But what does actual sustainable development means? This is a different question, that what does sustainable development means? What does sustainable development means? Yes, Anjali? Can you, what does sustainable development means? Anjali?
Ma'am?
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, development should take place without damaging the environment.
Yes. Yes, it is that development is being done but without damaging the environment. Means we are developing. What we are not start the development, that we will say that we need to save this resources for our next generation, not to use it. Come on, save it. Come on, save it. It is not like that way. We are using it. We are doing our development. But what we are doing at the same time, we are saying that yes, we are not damaging the environment. We are not compromising with the need of the future generation, that is known as a sustainable development. Okay, now till here we have finished. I think so this was just a revision. Minerals we have finished. Now we are going to talk about the energy resources. Mostly we are going to talk about the energy resources. Now what is this energy resource? Now if you talk about energy resource, as soon as I say the word energy, what comes in your mind? Energy.
Potential to do work.
Okay, potential to do the work. Very good. Potential to do the work. Potential to do the work. Okay. Now, suppose I take my example. If I'm not having any energy, or from where do you get this energy? Come on, tell me. Now, potential to do the work. Potential to do the work, you require energy. Now, I'm talking about the human being. I'm talking about
food, balanced diet, food.
Okay, very good. You are getting this from the food. You are getting this from the food. You are getting it from the balanced diet. That means when you when as soon as you give the answer, you please see that there must be no noise disturbance. Okay, now here we will see that much precaution students we have to take it, because it was just one way. I was just explaining, and that side you all were just listening it. There was no interaction between us. So this is making more interesting. This is now give and take, means here even you all have to take that much of interest and that much of precautions, that the class must not be disturbed. Whenever you all answer, just answer it, and then the precautions, mute, unmute, that you'll have to do it. Okay, and you all are doing it very well. We have to just go on keeping this. Okay, now we say that if you talk about the person of a human being, here we will say that the potential required to do the work. Now this you all have learned in the science. I'm telling you from the previous day that how these subjects are interrelated. Whatever you are learning in science, it is useful in, not everything. Huh? Something is there that whatever you are learning, it is something is useful in the geography. Whatever you are learning in geography, it is something useful in the your science, maybe in the bio, maybe in the chemistry, maybe in the physics. Okay, now here you will see that potential to do the work, whatever the potential we require to do the work, we require energy. In the class, suppose I want to pull one desk or push one desk, what will I require? I will require the energy. In the class, when I do this, to tell someone that yes, come on, please bring that desk from here to here, I will just see that some person is very healthy who can do that work. That means your energy is required to do that potential. We have that potential to do the work, means we require the energy to do the work. And this energy, if you talk about the human being, we get this energy from the food, whatever we eat. Now there are some machines, there are some vehicles. What do even they go on working? The machine. If there is a machine or there is a car, then there is a truck, even it goes on working. From here it is the truck, from here till here it requires. As you all have learned in
Diesel
the...
or petrol.
Yes, you will be requiring diesel or petrol. You will be requiring diesel or petrol. This is there that you all will be requiring diesel or petrol. Now, this is called as the energy resources. They are called as the energy resources. The resources which are being used for running up the machines, trucks, instrument, whatever it is, that are known as the energy resources. Now, what are these energy resources? What or which are these energy resources? You all can say that what are these energy resources that are, you can say that these energy resources are of three different type. That is we can talk as a solar, geothermal, then petroleum, wind, electrical energy. All this we can talk about, that these are solar energy we require geothermal energy, we require petroleum energy, we require wind energy, we require electrical energy, and in this it comes one again also, coal. So these are the energy resources from where you are getting solar energy, thermal and geothermal energy, petroleum, wind, then you can say electrical, coal. Now this can... Yes. Yes, somebody wants to say anything? Do you want something? Okay. Now these are the energy resources. Now what are these energy resources? We will see these are the energy resources. We require all this for the working of the machineries, working of our vehicles. They are useful for our economy also. They also add to our economy. Now if you talk about This energy, that is the solar, geothermal, petroleum, wind, electrical, coal, all these are the energy resources. Now again, this energy resources can be classified into the conventional and non-conventional. Now you all have learned in your science, I think so, conventional and non-conventional. Yes, can anybody tell me? Conventional and non-conventional? Conventional and here it is non-conventional. Okay. What do you understand by conventional?
Exhaustible in
Exhaustible. Okay.
exhaustible
Exhaustible.
or non-conventional.
Then what comes? Conventional and non-conventional. If you talk about the conventional and the non-conventional resources, it will say that conventional and non-conventional resources. Now, non-conventional resources are the resources like if you talk about the solar energy. Now, what is this solar energy? It is natural. It is natural. And this solar energy is been not used from the long time. It is not used from the long time. Recently it has been used, and day by day we are knowing the new techniques. Again, day by day we are knowing, day by day we are knowing the new techniques or new ways how to use it. And the next point is they even do not pollute. They do not even pollute the environment. Okay. Now solar energy, if you talk about, will you say that yes, the solar energy, whatever the sun rays we are getting, do we have to pay for it? No, we do not have to pay for it. But the technique which we are using to use this solar energy, we only have to pay for that. Means suppose there are solar panels are there, we have to do the installment of the solar panels. But whatever the sun rays, whatever the sun is, we are getting the rays or heat from the sun, that is free of cost. We are not paying for it anything. So in this way, we can see that day by day we are using the new ways. They have been used recently. These are being used recently. Now at the same as the opposite, you can just make this. Even these are the natural. Yes, of course, we get from the resources, the natural. Then they are not used from a long time. Here you can say that they are used from the long time. They are used from long time. Again, what you will see, if you say this point, they pollute the environment, you will say that they do not pollute. Not here it is not pollute the environment. Here you will say that they will pollute the environment. That they will pollute the environment. And when we go on this, when we go on using these resources, the day will come that they will be getting exhausted. They will be getting exhausted. They will be getting over someday. And it will take millions of years. It will take millions of years to form again this resources, this energy resources. Now what we have seen the energy resources. There are five types of energy resources. We have seen the solar, wind, geothermal, natural gas will be one of that. Then we will see the nuclear power stations are there, thermal power stations are there, from where the electricity is being produced to run the machines. In big industries, there are big machineries, and these machineries are running on the electricity. अगर आपने पुराने पिक्चर अगर देखे होंगे द बर्निंग ट्रेन वगैरह, तो उसमें देखो आपने जो पहले की रेलवे चलती थी कोयले पे चलती थी, कोयला डालती थी. इट वाज बीन यूजिंग एज अ एनर्जी रिसोर्स, जितना उसमें कोयला, एक इंसान वहां पे कोयला डालने के लिए रहता था, जितना वो कोयला डालता था उतना वो रेलवे वैसे उतनी चलती थी. That means that was been used as a energy resource. So as I said, the coal is also used by the energy resource. From that we can be used, it can be used as a to produce the electricity also. So we have seen the wind energy, we have seen the coal energy, we have seen the solar energy, we have seen the petroleum. Now as we have seen about the resources, now this energy resources, as I said, they can be classified into the conventional and non-conventional. Here we have seen that the solar energy is there, wind energy is there, they are not used from the long time, they have not used from the long time. Recently we have started using this solar energy, wind energy. We have not used it from the long time, from the ancient times. As the technology, as we are improving, as we are developing in the technology, we will see that this solar energy, wind energy, hydrostatic electricity, all these have been the invention. Technically we are developed, and still today we will see that we are not so much developed that we will again, after some days there will be again more ideas, more techniques will come out, that they will tell us that how to use this resources. And then if you talk about the conventional, you will see that they are used from a long time, these resources. Now if you talk about the petrol, diesel, you will see that they have been using from the long time. Just not today we have used it, but from the long time we have using it. Then you will say that they are not from the sun. If you are getting the wind, it is natural and it is not having any harm, natural gas, it is not polluting the environment. But here if you talk about the petroleum, you will talk about the diesel, that is polluting the environment, that is polluting the environment. And the extraction of this petroleum, diesel, refinery, that also requires some amount, that means the cost of extraction is also there, cost of extraction, cost of extraction is also there. Then as we said, they are polluting the environment also. Now in this energy resources, one by one we are going to talk about the petrol, then we are going to talk about the coal, we are going to talk about CNG gas, biogas, geothermal energy, wind energy, nuclear power station, thermal power station, all these we are going to talk. As we have talked about the minerals, manganese, iron, bauxite, all these minerals we have talked, we have seen the characteristics of it, we have seen the features of it, we have compared the minerals, that which one is good, how it is, what are the characteristics of it, where it has been used, how it has been extracted. So same way we are going to talk about this energy resources. Same thing we are going to talk about this energy resources, that this energy resources are whatever it is, geothermal, wind, petroleum, how it can be extracted, where they are being found, then how it is being used, where it is being used, is it polluting the environment or not. All these we are going to see step by step or one by one. The have you got till here everything? Yes, student, till here? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Any problem, any questions if you all want to ask over here?
No.
Okay, no. You
No,
see
ma'am.
that if you're having your textbook in front of you, if you're having your textbook in
No,
front,
yes, ma'am.
yes. If some of them are having, never mind if all are not having. But if you're having a textbook from with you, you will see that it is just I'm referring it from your textbook only. Now I have seen that first I have removed the notes and I was doing it, but now I am just doing it with the textbook. The points I have taken from the textbook point by point, that what are the mineral, what are the energy resources. Then in your book it was given the conventional first and then afterwards the non-conventional. But at the same time here I have told both conventional and non-conventional, so that you all will be able to understand that what is conventional and what is non-conventional. Now if you talk about coal, Have you ever heard about the coal? Yes. Many of them, you all have heard about this coal. A very good example if I have seen or to tell you all that कि whenever आप अपने कपड़े प्रेस करवाने के लिए तो पहले अपने कपड़े प्रेस करवाने के लिए now तो you all do at home, you all iron your clothes at home, but जो इंसान कपड़े प्रेस करने के लिए जो अपनी दुकान डाल के रखता है उसके पास आप देखोगे बहुत बड़ी एक लोहे की प्रेस होती है. In that he uses the coal.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, he uses the coal. That is also yes, that is been used as an energy resource for him. That is the energy resource for him. Now what you have seen, अगर एक बार उसने एक suppose you all have learned about the fixed capital and the working capital. Have you learned about the working capital and the fixed capital? Remember?
Yes.
Yes, you all have learned about the fixed capital and the working capital. Yes, you all have learned about the fixed capital and the working capital. Fixed capital means once you settle it like a building, this board is a fixed capital. This will be not required daily. But this pen, it is a working capital. As I go on using it, it will get exhausted and either have to put it in the ink or I'll have to throw this and I have to bring it a new one. So this is a working capital. That means a raw material and the so coal. जो एग्जाम्पल हम ले रहे थे कि दैट अ पर्सन हु इज ironing the clothes, he is having a big press and he is using a coal in it. So what is it? Is it a fixed capital or working capital?
Working.
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 Yes, working capital. Because as he goes on using it, what will happen? It will turn into the ash. आप देखोगे हमेशा वो अपने कभी आपने रास्ते से जाते हुए कभी बाहर जाते हुए कभी देखा होगा कि वो अपनी कोयला की हमेशा ऐसा झटकते रहता है. क्यों झटकते रहता है? उसमें से ऐश चली जाती है और फिर उसके अंदर और कोयले डालते जाता है. दैट मीन्स दिस इज अ वर्किंग कैपिटल. दैट कोल इज बीन यूज्ड एज अ raw material over there, and you will see that once it is been used, it is not been again renewed or it is not again be used it. उसका पूरी तरीके से क्या हो जाता है? ऐश हो जाता है, वो पूरी तरीके से डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाता है. दैट कोल वॉट एवर इज बीन यूज वो पूरी तरीके से डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाता है, उसका फिर से उसमें यूज किया जा नहीं सकता. Now here you will find out or you will see tomorrow. I will show you all that how this coal is been found or where this coal is been found. Okay, now I will show you the diagram only. Here the plants are there, then again the sediments are there, sediment rocks are here, and here the pit is been here. There's so many layers are there. Okay, and in this layer you will see that here the plants are there, and when these plants and this they go on buried, they are deep buried into the ground. Millions of years, after the millions of years, this pit is there, and here you will see the coal is been formed. You will see that here the coal is been formed. So in this way you will see that here the plants are there, then they are decomposed, then here the sediments are there, then your sedimentary rocks has been there. Okay, and then here you will see that the coal is been formed. So in this way, tomorrow I will show it in the diagram. In the I will bring you the PPT. I will show you, and in this way you will see that here the coal is been formed, and these formation also takes, here it will require a temperature, here you require a time, you require pressure, and all these are the factors which are connected with the formation of coal. They are the factors which are required for the formation of the coal.
Ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, you said that conventional sources of energy are polluting the environment. So all sources of conventional energy are polluting the environment?
Most of them. Most of them. We are talking about the most of them. Now you will see that there are three types of coal. Mostly you will see the, if you talk about the coals, you will see this is of the low grade, this is of the high grade, and this is of the higher grade. Mostly you will see there are the three types of coal you will find, and first, second, and the third. After finishing this, I will stop it. Okay. Now lignite, this is a low grade. That means it is having a too much of moisture. बहुत ज्यादा गीला होता है, और आपको मालूम है अगर आपको वो as it has been used to as a resource, जहाँ गांव में अगर आपने देखा होगा कि लकड़ी चूल्हे में जलाने के लिए यूज किया जाता है, और अगर वो गीली है और वही अगर सूखी लकड़ी है, तो यू ऑल मे बी अंडरस्टैंडिंग द डिफरेंस बिटवीन, कि अगर सूखी लकड़ी है तो बहुत अच्छे से जलेंगी, आपका खाना जल्दी से बन जाएगा. वही अगर आप गीली लकड़ी जलाओगे तो इट मे कॉज अ प्रॉब्लम, आपका खाना जल्दी से नहीं बनेगा. सो हियर दिस टाइप ऑफ, दिस इज ऑफ लो ग्रेड, दैन इट इज हैविंग टू मच ऑफ मॉइस्चर इन इट, बहुत उसमें गीलापन होता है और उसकी वजह से वो क्या होता है, जल्दी से जलता नहीं है. Then bituminous, you will see that this is a high grade, and this is a third grade which is having a very good less moisture, and it is very hard. It is very hard. So most this is used in the industries. This is used in the industries. Coal is also known as a backbone of the industry. Coal is also known as a backbone of industry. Why it is known as the backbone of industries? Because most of the industries is using coal as its energy resource. शायद आपको 8th स्टैंडर्ड में ये क्वेश्चन है कि why most of the industries are located near the coal mines or coal fields. Why most of the industries are located near the coal fields? This is the question which is in your 8th standard. So you see how that 8th standard, whatever you all have learned in 8th standard, here it has been useful to you, that how the coal is been, why most of the industries are located near the coal fields. Why? Because this coal is being required as an energy resource in their industries. Now, transportation of that coal from one place to another, it may take a long time, it may take a, or it may have a great cost. So most of the industries are located near the coal fields, so that it is easy for them to use this coal as a raw material, to use this coal as a energy resource. And that's why this coal or most of the industries are located near the coal fields. And we also say that yes, coal is the backbone of the industries. Why backbone of the industries? Because most of the industries are using this coal as a resource, maybe for generating electricity, maybe for producing something. So this is that how this coal is being used as an energy resource. So next we will talk about the petroleum, we'll talk about the wind energy, we will talk about the geothermal energy. As we go on, we will see only one energy each day. I'll just a revision of the first one. Today if we are seeing of the coal, again tomorrow I'll ask you the question upon the coal. Then we will say about the petroleum, then we will ask the question about the petroleum, and we will start about the next. Hope so you all understood here. Now what we have done today, I'll just give it today what we have done. Main points, we have done the conservation of minerals, just the points. Conservation of minerals we have seen. Then we have seen about the energy resources. We have seen its type. We have seen its type. That we have seen solar, wind, geothermal, all this we have seen. Then we have seen the classification of this. on the basis of conventional and non-conventional. And on that we have seen only one mineral resource. What is coal. We have seen its three types. We have seen is three types. We have seen that which one is the of the higher quality, which is of the lower quality, and which is of the highest quality. We have also seen that why coal is being used as a, or why most of the industries are located near the coal field, or why coal is called as the backbone of the industries. These are the two questions on coal. That, or which is the best quality of the coal. Name the three types of coal and describe them. See, on this coal we have seen 4 to 5 questions. Name the types of coal and describe them. 1 mark question. Which is the, or name the highest grade coal. Which is the lower grade coal. Why most of the industries are located near the coal field. Why coal is known as a backbone of the industry. So these are so many questions, or these 3 or 4 questions which I have told you all. Classify the minerals on the basis of, or write the difference between conventional and non-conventional. See the questions what we have done today. This is your homework. I will just give the homework, post the homework to you all. But these are the questions, and all this you all will find in your textbook. Reading your textbook is most important. Reading your textbook is most important, and in this field you will find that what are, where the answers are in your textbook you will find. Okay, is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you all can leave. We have done till here.